Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something today that most people won't. See, everybody loves to talk about success. Once it shows up, the cars, the houses, the spotlight. But nobody really talks about the stuff that gets you there. The real secret. It ain't talent. It ain't luck. It's something deeper, something quieter. It's the grind you put in when nobody's watching. It's the faith you hold on to when everything around you says you should quit. That success ain't something that just happens to you. It's something that happens inside you first. Before you ever see a dollar, a trophy, a title, or a stage, you gotta win in your mind. You gotta win in your heart. You gotta believe you're capable long before anybody else agrees with you. See, the world will wait until you succeed to call you great, but you gotta call yourself great when you're still struggling. That's what separates the successful from the stuck. Success starts in the invisible places, not in the spotlight. Most people think they need better circumstances. Nah, you need a better mindset. You can change jobs, you can change cities, you can even change relationships. But if you don't change how you think, you'll drag the same problems with you wherever you go. That's because your outer world is just a reflection of your inner world. If you're full of doubt, you'll see obstacles everywhere. If you're full of fear, you'll find a reason to quit every time it gets hard. But if you're full of faith, you'll find a way even when there ain't one in sight. You gotta start talking to yourself differently. Stop rehearsing your failures. Stop reminding yourself of every mistake you made. Start speaking over your life like you already made it. I am built for this. I got everything I need. I'm equipped. I'm chosen. That kind of mindset becomes a shield when life starts throwing stones. It becomes a ladder when you need to climb out of a setback. It becomes fuel when you feel like you're running on empty. Success is mental first, material later. When you believe differently, you behave differently. People always say they're waiting for the right opportunity, but most times the opportunity is waiting for the right you. Your dream is sitting there, but it can't land on a mind that's too crowded with fear, excuses, and comparison. You gotta clear out the junk. You gotta build a mind so strong, so locked in, that when opportunity shows up, it has no choice but to stay. Your mental house gotta be ready for the blessing you've been praying for. So many folks quit, not because they were incapable, but because they lost the inner battle first. They let doubt whisper louder than destiny. They let fear out-talk faith. Don't let that be your story. If you want to change your life, start by changing your mind. Success is planted inside you long before the world ever sees the harvest. And if you nurture it, protect it, and feed it with belief, there's no limit to what's going to grow out of you. Everybody out here chasing success, running after what looks good, what's popular, what's trendy. But the truth is, your real launch pad ain't out there. It's inside you. It's your gift. See, you were born with something special already packed into your spirit. It's not by accident. It's not random. That gift is your built-in ticket to the life you dream about. You don't gotta fake it, force it, or borrow it from somebody else. You already got it. The problem is, too many people don't recognize the value of their own gift. Your gift is that thing you do naturally, effortlessly, without even thinking too hard about it. And you do it better than most. It could be speaking. It could be fixing things. It could be making people laugh, leading others, healing hearts, creating music. Whatever it is, it's yours. And when you tap into that gift, it'll launch you further than any diploma, any connection, any trend ever could. It's the thing that when you develop it and work it, will open doors you couldn't even imagine standing in front of you. But here's the thing. The world won't always clap for your gift right away. Matter of fact, some folks will overlook it, criticize it, even try to talk you out of it. That's why you can't wait for validation before you start using your gift. You gotta be bold enough to believe in what God gave you before anybody else sees it. You can't expect people who don't even know their own gift to understand yours. That's why this journey has to start with you and your belief, not outside applause. The reason so many people feel lost is because they spend their whole lives trying to be good at something they were never meant to do. That's like a fish trying to climb a tree. Of course, it's going to feel like a failure. But when you find your lane, when you start using what was placed inside you, you stop struggling to survive and you start thriving. Life gets lighter, joy gets bigger, and money becomes a byproduct, not the goal. Success starts chasing you because you're finally walking in your true purpose. Your gift is your launch pad because it's the one thing that can't be taken from you. Circumstances can change, industries can collapse, people can leave, but your gift is yours forever. It's your responsibility to develop it, protect it, and share it with the world because your gift wasn't given just for you. It was given to bless others too. And when you operate in your gift, you're not just chasing success anymore. You're stepping into the destiny you were built for from the start. Everybody these days want to announce every move they're making. I'm about to start this business. I'm working on something big. Watch out, I'm coming. Let me tell you something. Real success don't announce itself. Real success shows up when the work is done. When you're busy telling everybody what you're going to do, you're wasting energy. You should be putting into actually doing it. Work in silence. Let the results speak for you. See, silence is powerful because it keeps you focused. When you ain't running your mouth to everybody about your plans, you ain't giving the world a chance to doubt you, distract you, or derail you. You're too locked in. You're building when they think you're sleeping. You're improving when they think you're struggling. You're setting the foundation when they ain't even paying attention. And by the time they finally look your way, it's too late. You already done built the dream they said was impossible. The truth is, not everybody who smiles at you wants you to win. Some folks are quietly rooting for your failure. When you tell them all your plans, you're giving them ammunition to shoot down your dreams. Protect your goals like you protect your heart. Don't expose your next move until it's solid, until it's undeniable, until you're standing on the stage holding the blessing that nobody thought you could have. There's something powerful about moving in the dark. When you're working in silence, you avoid unnecessary pressure. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to perform for nobody. You don't have to rush just to keep up appearances. You can take your time to build it right. And when it's ready, it'll be so solid that nobody can tear it down. Let your results be so loud that you ain't gotta say a word. They'll see it. They'll feel it. They'll know. So while everybody else is busy showing off, stay busy showing up. Stay busy improving. Stay busy perfecting your craft, because success doesn't need a hype man. It doesn't need a parade. It doesn't need early congratulations. Success is its own celebration. And when you work in silence, the noise that follows ain't just noise. It's the sound of dreams coming true. Fear is loud. Man, fear will scream in your ear all day long if you let it. It'll tell you, you can't make it. You're not good enough. What if you fail? And the problem is, most folks listen to fear like it's a fact. But let me tell you, fear is a liar. Fear is a loud, barking dog with no bite. If you don't feed it, you gotta make sure your faith is louder than your fear. Your belief in what's possible has to drown out every what if your mind throws at you. See, faith ain't just for the easy days. Anybody can have faith when everything's clicking, when checks are coming in, when doors are flying open. That's easy. But real faith shows up when you're broke, when you're tired, when you're scared to death, but you move forward anyway. Real faith says, even though I can't see how this will work out, I trust that it will. You gotta trust the process, even when the process is uncomfortable. Faith is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. You gotta stop waiting until you're fearless to move. You're never gonna feel 100% ready. You're never gonna have every answer before you start. Sometimes faith looks like stepping out with shaking hands and a pounding heart, but stepping out anyway. It's about understanding that fear is a natural reaction, but it doesn't have to be your driver. Fear can ride in the back seat, but it cannot touch the wheel. Faith has to be the one guiding your journey. When you let fear lead, you shrink, you play small, you make decisions based on what you're afraid will happen instead of what you hope could happen. And the tragedy is, you end up living a life way beneath your calling. But when faith leads, you expand, you take risks, you dream bigger, you show up in rooms you thought you'd never enter, you speak up, you ask for the opportunity, you build what others only talk about. Faith will stretch you into the person you were created to become. And let me be real with you, Fear ain't going away. It'll always be whispering. But if you feed your faith daily, if you stay rooted in your belief that your life has purpose and your steps are ordered, fear will lose its power. You'll learn how to feel the fear and move anyway. That's where the blessings are. That's where the breakthroughs are. Not behind fear, but right on the other side of it. Everybody loves the idea of chasing dreams when it's exciting. You know what I'm talking about. Those first few days when you're fired up, full of energy, got the vision board, got the plan, feeling unstoppable. But let me tell you something real. Success don't live in excitement. It lives in consistency. It's easy to be motivated when it's fresh. It's when the excitement wears off, when it gets repetitive, when it gets hard, when it gets boring, that separates the winners from the wishers. You can't just show up when you feel like it. You gotta show up even when you're tired, even when it feels like you ain't making progress, even when nobody's clapping for you. Consistency is about honoring the commitment you made to yourself, long after the mood you made it in has passed. It's about trusting that every small step, every little action, every repetitive move is stacking up to something bigger, even if you can't see it yet. Champions are made in the quiet hours, not on the highlight reels. The truth is, boredom is part of the blessing. Boredom means you're doing the work that builds greatness. Think about a farmer. He doesn't plant a seed today and see a tree tomorrow. He waters it day after day, sun up, sun down, sometimes with no sign of growth. But that doesn't mean the growth ain't happening. It's just happening underground first. Your success is the same way. Just because you don't see instant results doesn't mean the process isn't working. Most people quit too soon because they expect fireworks every step of the way. They don't understand that the real fireworks come later, when your consistency finally compounds into opportunity. You're not planting seeds for today. You're planting seeds for your future, your family, your legacy. Staying consistent during the boring parts is what builds the muscle, the character, and the toughness you're gonna need when the big moments finally arrive. Without consistency, you won't even be ready when your blessing shows up. So when the days feel ordinary, when the work feels repetitive, when the grind feels invisible, that's when you remind yourself why you started. That's when you double down. Because the people who win in life ain't the ones who had the most talent or the best timing. They're the ones who kept showing up, kept pushing, kept believing even when it felt like nothing was happening. Consistency is the bridge between where you are and where you dream of going. You can have all the dreams, the goals, the ambition in the world, but if you're surrounded by the wrong people, it's like trying to run with a ball and chain around your ankle. See, people around you are either feeding your future or draining your dreams. Ain't no middle ground. You gotta look around and ask yourself, are the people in my circle pushing me toward my destiny or pulling me back into mediocrity? Because success ain't a solo act. It's a team sport, and your team matters. You ever notice how when you're around certain people, you dream bigger, think clearer, feel more energized? That ain't an accident. The right people breathe life into you. They remind you of your purpose when you start doubting it. They hold you accountable, not out of jealousy, but out of love. Iron sharpens iron. But the wrong people, man, they'll have you second guessing yourself, watering down your dreams, settling for way less than you're capable of. Wrong company will cost you more than you can afford. Sometimes you gotta make some tough cuts. Yeah, I said it. Not everybody you started with is meant to go where you're headed. And that don't mean you don't love them. It just means you love your calling more. Some folks are seasonal. They were meant to teach you lessons, not walk with you forever. Growth demands separation sometimes. If you got people around you who only celebrate you when you're small, but get uncomfortable when you start thinking bigger, that's a red flag you can't ignore. You need to be around folks who make you uncomfortable in the right way. People who challenge you to level up. People who talk about visions, not gossip. People who are too busy building their own dreams to be tearing down yours. You need mentors who've been where you're trying to go. Friends who believe in your calling even when you can't see it yourself. Teammates who clap for you when you win and pray for you when you fall. That kind of environment will stretch you, grow you, and prepare you for success. The truth is, your environment will either elevate you or suffocate you. You can't expect to think like a champion while hanging with people who settle for crumbs. You can't expect to soar like an eagle while surrounded by folks who are scared to leave the ground. Success is contagious, but so is failure. You gotta choose wisely what you want to catch. Being intentional about who you let into your space isn't being arrogant, it's being wise. Your dreams are too important to hand over to just anybody. You need energy that fuels you, not drains you. You need conversations that inspire you, not conversations that discourage you. Surround yourself with the right people, people who see your greatness, even when you're struggling to see it yourself. Because sometimes the right people will believe for you until your faith catches up. Now listen, everything you need to succeed is already inside you. You got the gift, you got the drive, and you got the power to make it happen. But it's gonna take more than just dreaming about it. It's gonna take faith bigger than fear, work when it ain't exciting, belief when it don't make sense, and the courage to walk away from anything or anybody that ain't pushing you forward. This journey you're on, it's yours, it's personal. Don't let nobody small talk you out of a big destiny. Stay consistent, stay faithful, and protect your dream like it's the most valuable thing you own, because it is. If you can stay focused, keep trusting, and keep moving even when the road gets rough, you're gonna wake up one day living the life you used to only pray for. Success ain't reserved for the lucky. It's reserved for the determined. It's reserved for the faithful. It's reserved for the ones who don't quit when it gets hard. So don't just chase your dreams, catch them. Don't just talk about your gift, use it. Don't just pray for a breakthrough, work for it like it's already yours. The life you're dreaming about, it's already waiting on you. You just gotta go meet it. Let's go get it.